I'm there, I leave town.
Yeah, judgment in the town. And Babylon
10,000
gone.
and 7,000.
Babylon gone. All of Jesus people them a kill up them one another. The white man gone. You see?
Half bag on you.
And right now,
You repeat what
Granny used to tell me all the time, sparks when faith and preparation combine. The road been right here all this time, but you gotta look with more than your eyes. And the small axe Jesse Ryle representing for ijahstarsthemindset, rich forever.
Blessed love, pleasant good night, pleasant good morning, warm welcome. I just am your host, and I want to greet the item in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First, and also Empress Menen the First. Marcus I, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. One more day above ground, beautiful viewers and subscribers, as they them know, life is our ultimate position. Nothing no greater than that, no matter what go on. Great to have the item here. Yeah, man, great to see the item, manners and respect. Bless up everyone with there in the chat room. So far, seeing. I don't want to scare off the people out of the chat room, you know. Seeing. I don't want to body scare off the people out of the chat room. Alright. So manners and respect. Alright. Yeah. We all here to learn. You know what I mean? Yeah, so don't know, the program is powered by YardSlangz Clothing. Seeing. And the item check out YardSlangz Clothing on all of the platforms. YardSlangz, wait there. Somebody say something about Jamaican patois in a style and fashion. Yes, the Ras. Me a search the other day online and buck up on a new, authentic Jamaican clothing brand. Wagwan are the latest and newest one. In a t-shirt, hoodie, slippers and woman's bag. And a whole heap of other things I may not even mention. Search online for more information. YardSlangz, hit them with a bang. Real thing, hit them with a bang. You know? Yeah, man. YardSlangz, so check them out. Official sponsor the platform here. Seeing YardSlangz Clothing. Check the website, you know, for your customized YardSlangz. Yeah. Yeah, man, just check them out. Alright. Yeah, so what we are looking upon in the night here. The King reveal. The King reveal what they have been hiding from us for many years. Yeah. Them canonize King James version, you know, and throw out pan we. And, you know, we hold on to it still. Yeah. So at that we are look upon what is it they try to hide from us. And the King reveal, you know, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, you know. in all the kings of Ethiopia, you know, no, none of the kingdom never choose to do what His Majesty did. You know? Yeah. So that we are look upon in the night still. But before we get into all of that, few little things where we see what I really want to touch upon. I don't think I really want to do any individual content on them. As I say, while I'm here, you know, I just touch them still. You see me? Yeah. I think where me say, you know, I think about a year or probably a year and a half, where them, you know, UK police stop some British athletes, some black British athletes, coming from a training session. It was a black couple, had a 3 months old baby with them, and the police them stopped them, seeing, and after stopping them, the police them say, boy, them smell marijuana. Now, these are two major British athletes, Zine, that represent for the UK. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible that they might have, you know, at some point in time come in contact with marijuana. Zine. But that particular time, the police claim that they smell marijuana. Now, as I said, these are two British athletes that represent for the UK at the highest level. Now, it's unlikely, coming from a training session, Zine, that these athletes with a 3-month-old baby would be smoking weed in the car. It's unlikely. It's unlikely that them smoke weed at all, because they are athletes. You know, most athletes not really into smoking. Some may do, but you know, the ones that are really, you know, disciplined on a level, smoking doesn't venture into their into their lifestyle, into their life as an athlete. You know what I mean? So them police I say, boy, them smell marijuana. I don't know how the police lock up in a for them car. Zine, a car a drive past or a car with them a trail. Them lock up in a for them car. How on earth the police must smell marijuana? Eh? How on earth the police could have fabricate something like that? But it proved that it's not marijuana, because the case has closed today and them find two of the police them guilty gross misconduct and all of this thing. Well, gross misconduct is a let off, I think. I think they should have been done with racism, because that was a racist move by those police officers, because it proved, the case has proved now that they didn't smell any marijuana. There wasn't any marijuana. So is the top range car, number one, the top range car these black people are driving, the top range car, for some black people, these black people shouldn't be driving this type of vehicle. Oh dear you. Oh dear you drive that type of vehicle, and we have to in this type of vehicle. So is number one is bad mind, jealous. Bad mind and jealous, them police officer, the bad mind and jealous. And 3, racist. Because it's only because they are black why they stop these black athletes. Zin? And if you're a police officer and you're really dealing with police work, Zin, and you're dealing with the public who pay your salary, who you are there to protect, not assault and harass or discriminate against. But then again, when you check the history of how the police force was created, it was really created for that very purpose of really apprehending black people on slave plantation, when black people plan to run away from under the slavery. The ones who were apprehending them, running them, chase them with dog pan ass, them was the sheriff, them was the police. That whole system created alpha. Zine? So when it remodeled now in at this age and time, but still hold on to the same values that it was created on, then is really a misguided organization, because it's not really doing what it say it is there to do. Because when you check the statistic, even in America, how much black people dead by a policeman bullet, and when you check the ethnicity behind that bullet, who fired that bullet, you will see the majority is not of the African American ethnicity. And when you check the stop and search here in the UK, the statistic, if they're stopping and searching for drugs, the statistic is very high. when it come to black British or Afro-Caribbean or African, or when it come to African black people here, the statistic is high. Is a disparity within stop and search and how them deal with black people. And then majority of the time they don't find any drugs or marijuana. So what is it really that they're stopping and searching for? I'm not saying they shouldn't stop and search, but I'm saying what really they must stop and search for. Because if you're stopping and searching for drugs and you don't find no drugs, you say you smell marijuana, you don't find no marijuana. Then it really boils down to racism. That is what it really boils down to, discrimination. Discriminating against two British people who were born here and serving their country, just like yourself as a British police or an English police serving your country. But the difference come in now because you look down on African people. Zane, you look down. And that now, it does show the level of, I don't know, it does corruption, all around. All around. You see me I say? All around. And I don't, it don't sound like a something we intend to change. it don't sound like a something we intend to change. You know what I mean? It don't sound so. You know what I mean? It don't look so anyway. You see me? It doesn't look so. So I don't know. Them two police, them lose them job, and I heard they were handcuffed and thing. You see me I say? Because they dealt with those two individuals wrongly. Now imagine, those two individuals had the bucketive to really deal with that situation and get justice. Now, how much other people, how much other black youths, how much other black family that have been through similar situation, but because they don't have the financial support or bucketive to really deal with these things, a lot of things get swept under the carpet. And a lot of things go unheard of. But because these two individuals is two high profile black Africans, so it wasn't gonna go under the carpet. It was gonna go public. And something was going to come out of it. So, but then again, will that change anything? Or will that boost up the police even more to say, boy, watch here. The justice system is against us, so what? What we gonna do? Because that is something that I heard couple weeks ago, when a firearm officer was charged. That was what was being publicized all over the media. So, I don't know. But this is England anyway. It's a European land. It's not an African man land. And that's the reality. And until we can really come to, that understanding as African people, then trust me, there won't be any change. Yeah? Will never be any change. Because you fail to understand your real position in this thing. You think you're equal. But you're not. You see me, I say? You think you're equal. But you're not. And you're not equal for a good reason, Don't think say it's a bad thing when you're not equal to anyone indigenous to the UK or Europe. You should be proud of that. Trust me. But anyway, we could deal with what we have to deal with. I just start out just bring that to the item attention anyway. While we're here. So anyway, we're there and we are looking upon the Ethiopian Bible and the King James Bible. Our version of the Bible. See? All the time we touch these topics about the Bible and thing. You see me? I think it's important that we really touch these topics. It's really important. Because I think over the years, especially within the RASTAFARI community, over the years, we have heard burn the Bible. Zin, we have heard those talks. And I don't think it's an ignorant talk. I don't think it's an ignorant talk. Because why ones tend to say burn the Bible is not what really is in the Bible. It's not what really in the Bible wanna really talk about for burn. Because majority of the ones them who are saying that the Bible for burn, them quote specific scriptures out of the Bible. Zin, specific. Now, the Virgin King James, who authorized the King James Version, Zin, the reason why people tends to want to burn the King James Version of the Bible is because of King James' lifestyle that he chose to live. Contrary to what is in the Bible. Zin? And that is why you have ones go around and say, burn the King James Bible. It's not burn really what is in the Bible. I don't think ones are so ignorant to say that, especially when the King of Kings, Emperor Haile Selassie, speak on the Bible. See? So I don't think ones are that ignorant. See? No, I don't think ones are that ignorant for say, boy, it's really the Bible and everything where they and them a burn. I think it's King James the Virgin them really a burn. And them say it all the while. Just like how them say burn Marco Polo and Napoleon and all of them guys there. See? Frederick Drakes and John Hawkins and, you know. So when we hear the Virgin them a burn the Bible, it's really King James the man them a burn. See? It's not literally burning the Bible. But then again, because of the nature that King James was, and probably could have corrupted certain things still. And it kind of proved that they did. It kind of proved that they did. And is His Majesty really revealed that they did? His Majesty revealed that them corrupt this version, this King James version what we have. Yeah, we are going to read His Majesty's speech. Oh, without a doubt, we're going to read that. And we're going to read it like we never read it before. For sure. Trust me. Then, yeah, we're going to read that speech, man. And we're going to understand what His Majesty is saying. Because enough of the things them just fly over some of we head. See? Yeah, and I say we don't read. Yeah, we read, but do we really understand? Do we really understand what we read? See? Because this King James version, of 66 books. See? This King James version of 66 books. Yeah. Yeah. 66 books. It's not the full version. It's not the full book. It's not the full version anyway. Zine, because it's a version. But even though it's a version, it's not the full version. It's a limited version. God knows how much corruption them feeling at it. It's a limited version. the King James Bible that we have and we read is a limited version. Yes, the Ethiopian might be a version, not disputing that, but 800 years older than the King James, or 800,000 years older than the King James. Zane? As I say, we are going to go into His Majesty's speech. Go into the speech and deal with some specifics in that speech. I think some things fly over our head. You see me? Because His Majesty say, we in Ethiopia have one of the oldest version. See? No. The version His Majesty I talk about we in Ethiopia have one of the oldest version is not 66. We in Ethiopia have one of the oldest version concealed of 88 books. Not 66 books. Seeing? No. Not 66 books. $88 books. We in Ethiopia have one of the oldest version. Seeing? So the King James don't give you everything. King James don't give you everything. And what we must remember now, again, the King James Version in the preface tell you that its version is taken from the Amharic, Hebrew, Ge'ez, Greek, and Latin. Amharic, Ge'ez, Hebrew, Greek, and Latin texts. The King James Version. See? Now, I don't know what the Ge'ez, because ultimately, Geese is older than Hebrew. Yeah. Ultimately, Geese is older than Hebrew. Seeing? So, if Geese or Gez is older than Hebrew, what is the Geese version is really translating from? Would I love to know? Zin, because one's I gonna say boy the Hebrew are where them get the King James from, but the King James state that the Amharic are the Geese, because the Geese is what then translated down into the Amharic. Because the Geese is an older language than the Amharic. The item can do the item research. Don't take my word sorely for it. You know, do the item own research also. Zine. Yeah. That is important. Always. Yeah, man. See? It is very important. The King James Version contains 66 books. Yeah. This manuscript is, however, only contains the 4 Gospels and the first 8 books of the Old Testament. It is created in the 14th century, but is a replica of an earlier 15th century manuscript. The script who wrote the text and the artist who decorated are unknown. However, it is likely that the manuscript was created in Gondar, probably for the local church, Deborah Brahim Selassie, meaning mountain of the light of the Trinity, which stands on high ground just outside the city. This church flourished under the Emperor Iassus Ioannis, under whose reign in the 1682 to 1706. The Christian arts and learning flourish. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. So not even, you see? Ioannis. King Ioannis. Written in Ge'ez, an ancient dead language of Ethiopia. It's nearly 800-year old than the King James Version and contain 88 books compared to 66. It includes the book of Enoch, Esdras, Birch, and all 3 books of Maccabees. Yeah. I wonder what them never want to know. Now, Maccabees, let me show you how wicked, you know, them people are, you know. See? Let me show you how wicked them people are. When me a youth, a forward, nothing about no Rasta nor nothing. Little youth, no really I think about no religion or nothing like these things. I can remember vividly. I not think about none of them sitting there. But I remember hearing the Maccabee Bible coming up in a lot of conversation in the yard where I grew up, because where I grew up is in a Rasta yard. A whole part Rasta forward in the yard and come by herb and a whole part reasoning and chalice a bun and seeing whole part reasoning. Man from all walks boat come down this in a August town in the riverbed. Come by herb. Seeing? And a whole part reasoning. Me hear as youth. And the Maccabees always came up. Zane? The Maccabees always came up as a Obeahman book. Zane? The Maccabees always come up as a Obeahman book. And it's a Obeahman book and you have to stay far from it. See? And when me start to grow up now, because them time that when me tell about me a youth, little youth. Zane, little youth. Dead and all, when Chalice pull, you know, man go, man go take a puff off of that. Quick and fast and move. Yeah, as youth. You see me there? Chalice a pass around. But when we start to grow now and thing, and you know, we have an auntie where is a pastor. Seeing? We have an aunt where is a pastor, and you know, she tour around the world. Seeing Africa, all over the place. You know, real missionary, may I tell you. She really, you know, me really see she put in the work as, you know, as to what she do as a Christian, as a pastor. You know, me see she go the places them and all these things. Now, she always said to stay away from Maccabees. And other people stay away from Maccabees. It's a Obia man book, and the book with Obia you and all of them, some of them. See? The book with Obia you. Book of Maccabees. That me used to hear. Now, when I grow more, I decide, say, I go and find out what they in this book here. I want to find out what they in this book that them a tell man say them not to read this book. Zane? Yeah, me want to go find out. Me want to know for myself. Because it can't name the Maccabees Bible and something wrong with it. Or it for name Bible and then something wrong with it. So me buy one and start read it. And when me start read it, me I say, but wait. This don't much different from the Bible text what we read from in the King James. Because them time them not really I know about no Ethiopian translated into English and all of them things there. See it? So it reads similar to the King James. But a whole power in it. Whole power, whole pa fighting. A whole pa principle too. Because one thing that I observe with those Maccabees brothers, they observe the Sabbath. The Sabbath was very important to them. The Sabbath was very important. And it really shows you the connection with Rome also. Rome not just come into this thing yesterday. A long time Rome dead they are gone. Zane? So it shows you the connection that Africa have with Rome. Because enough of them virgin who was Maccabees, they were priests also. See? So the Maccabees is a very good book that I would encourage people to read. Because it's a set of books that is missing from the 66 book that King James them canonize. And you have to wonder why they would leave out those books. What is it that they didn't want you to understand? What is it that they didn't want you to know? Because they didn't want you to know something, you know. After taking you out of your natural inhabitant, seeing, and then force feed you with this literature that they compile. and tell you say you have to be Christian. You have to be Christian. And to be a good Christian, you have to obey your master. But if them did include the Maccabees, it would not show you say the Maccabees them never in a that. But obey no master, nothing. To become no Christian, nothing. Because them books they're too radical. Them books they're too truthful. See? So what? Them say no. We can't include the Maccabees. We can't include the book of Enoch. Now why on earth you wouldn't want to include the book of Enoch? Eh? Why you wouldn't want to include the book of Enoch? Because the book of Enoch reveals a lot of things that European mystify and make it seem like it's mysticism. But if you have the book of Enoch, some of these things you would understand is not a mystery, is not myth. Zin. But Europeans do that. I mean, obviously Europeans do that because it's them did it at the Council of Niceness. Them pick and choose and canonize. See? And someone's, them pick and choose and canonize the thing. At the Council of Nicaea. And what they do now, them tell you, oh, we see UFOs. Them put on the TV, oh, we see UFOs and there's ET and all of them something there. yeah, wonder what the bomb buckle at them people are talking about, man. What kind of alien thing them people are going at? What kind of alien them are talking about now? But if you read the book of Enoch, you will see these things that them people are trying to what them call it sci-fi. You hear? Sci-fi them call it. You have to cipher this thing out for yourself, mate. You have to decipher this thing out for yourself. Else these guys go and trick out your judgment ball and run rings around you till you're blue. See? Them go and run rings round with till we blue. Because all of what me I say now, you know, some Christian are going to say, go, we have King James already. That is all we need. With the blood of Jesus, we're saved. We don't want to eat it. May I tell you? See? And when you go start talk about some old thing, people start saying mad. But if you read the other books reveal these things that make people want to say you're crazy. And it's because you read more and have a little bit more knowledge than some people. Or a little bit more information. See? Serious. So, what is it they're hiding in these other books? But give thanks for His Majesty. Whatever they thought they were going to hide and hid, His Majesty came and break down all of that. His Majesty came and break down all of that. You see me? Yeah, because they thought they would hide things and use King James Version to the means of their advantage, to what them really want to use it for. Because listen, you know, I hope you all listen to me good, you know. What I did say earlier about the Maccabees. Them said the Maccabees was a Obia book. So bomba clot, so the rest of King James Version I want Obia book too. The whole Ras book is a Obia book then. Because if Maccabees couldn't just Maccabees is part of the entire book. Or the entire Ethiopian version that the King James translated from. So the Europeans them understand this book, Zine, know say them can use it and work some science. And work a big science for African people. How the blood cleat do no? Someone say that go on. It's a big science them work on African people. If African people can tell you, say, if on the way to church them see a white European man, on a Sunday I go to church, them can go back home and say them already see God, them no need for go to church. What type of level of science is that? That you can have the mind of a black person like that. He virgin? What level of science is that? Well, I don't know. Seriously. Different level of science. Different level of science. Yeah, man. Trust me. All right. Alright, remember I'm going at this thing. The world first illustrated discovered at the Ethiopian monastery. The world first illustrated Bible discovered at an Ethiopian monastery. The world's earliest illustrated book has been saved by, guess who? Guess who? The world, listen this, you know. The world's earliest illustrated Christian book has been saved by a British charity which located it at a remote Ethiopian monastery. Yeah, I tell you, the incredible Garima Gospel are named after a monk who arrived in the African country in the 5th century and is said to have a copy. I've said to have copied them out in just one day. Wow. Beautifully illustrated. The color are still vivid, and thanks to the Ethiopian heritage found have been conserved. Okay. Abba Garima arrived from the Constantinople, listen, you know, in 494 AD. A legend has it that he was able to copy the gospel in a day because God delayed the sun from setting. Wow. The incredible relic has been kept ever since in Garima Monastery near Adwa in the north of the country, which is in the Tigray region at 7,000 feet. Experts believe it is also the earliest example of the book being still attached to the original pages. Interesting. The survival of the gospel is incredible considering the country has been under Muslim invasion, Italian invasion, and a fire in the 1930 destroyed the monastery church. They were written on goat skin in the early Ethiopian language of Ge'ez. There are 2 volumes which date from the same time, but the second is written in a different hand from the first. Both contain illustration and the 4 Gospels. The text had been mentioned by occasional travelers since 1950s. It had been through the dated from the 11th century at the earliest. Carbon dating, however, give a date between 330 to 650, which transiently overlap the date Abba Garima arrived in the country. Okay. So the first volume could have be in his hand even if he didn't complete the task in a day, as the oral tradition states. The charity Ethiopian Heritage Fund that was set up to help preserve the treasures in the country has made the stunning discovery. It was also allowed incredibly rare access to the text, so expert could conserve them on site. Okay. The incredible relic has been kept ever since in Garima Monastery near Adwa in the north of Ethiopia. It is now hoped the gospel will be put in a museum at the monastery, which visitors will be able to view them. Alright, and alright, that's how I'm going to leave that article there. Seeing. Right, that's how I'm going to leave that article. Interesting still. Interesting. That really I show you say Ethiopia is very significant in the runnings of things. Then Ethiopia is very significant in world runnings. When it come to spirituality, then Ethiopia is very significant. Very significant. And a lot of black African people overlook that. Why Ethiopia have their 86 books and the rest of church them? Because Ethiopia is an Orthodox Coptic Christian country. Zin, them say Christ and the Most High is one. Zin, they're Orthodox. They're sticking to, what them know. The unorthodox, I said them I say a whole a different thing. The unorthodox couldn't work out the Trinity. See? And that is why you have such a big confusion even today. That is why you have such a big confusion. And you hear the other day say, boy, yeah, them want to put His Majesty as in the church as being Christ. See? So, we don't know, but we are going to go and hear what His Majesty say. See? What His Majesty say now about the whole of this Bible thing. What His Majesty say? And I quote, "We in Ethiopia have one of the oldest version of the Bible, but however, the version may be in whatever language it may be written, the word remain one and the same. It transcends all boundaries of empires and all conceptions of race. It is eternal. No doubt you all remember reading in the Acts of the Apostle how Philip baptized the Ethiopian official. He is the first Ethiopian on record to have followed Christ. And from that day onwards, the word of God has continued to grow in the heart of Ethiopians. And I may say for myself that from the early childhood I was taught to appreciate the Bible, and my love for it increases with the passage of time. All through my troubles, I have found it a cause of infinite comfort. Come to me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, I will give you rest. Who can resist an invitation so full of compassion? Because of this personal experience in the goodness of the Bible, I was resolved that all my countrymen should also share its great blessing, and that by reading the Bible they should find truth for themselves. They should find truth for themselves. See? Now, I'm going to stop there for now. See? Because the Bible that His Majesty is talking about all His countrymen should have the privilege of reading, is not the 66th book, It is not the 66th book. See? I know a man go come and say it transcends all empires and this and that and where. But listen to what His Majesty is saying carefully. Because of this personal experience in the goodness of the Bible, I was resolved that all my countrymen should also share its great blessing, that by reading the Bible they should find truth for themselves. Therefore, I cause a new translation to be made from our, what the man say? From our ancient language into the language which it. Yo, where His Majesty not talk about no King James 66 book in a man? What the man say? What the man say? Therefore, I cause a new translation to be made from our. His Majesty is not no Englishman like King James. His Majesty is not a European. His Majesty said, I cause a new translation to be made from our ancient. What the bomber clock do now? I read this thing for how much years and I come talk foolishness. I feel like say we don't understand what His Majesty has said. His Majesty wasn't talking about a King James version in a man. Clear His Majesty I tell us say a King James him a talk about. Him not talk about no 66 book of King James. Our ancient English is not no ancient language, blood. English ain't no ancient language. Yeah, we have 60. No, we not only have 60, we have the 88 books. I want to tell you. If you want to reduce and limit yourself to 66 books, then that is you. We have more than 66 books, and that is Majesty reveal and I show. So we have more than 66 books. You know, see, that is Majesty I say. His Majesty say, I, His Majesty make sure, say, I cause a new translation to be made from our ancient language into the language which the old and the young can understand and speak. See? Yeah, His Majesty assures us we not limit ourselves to the King James version because it is limited. It is limited. Him say him find him from my youth. He was start to appreciate it. And through some of his roughest and toughest time, it was his greatest comfort. So him will implore every man to read it. and get the blessing also. Yeah, you can go up on Amazon, my general. You can go up on Amazon. Zin? Yeah, man, you can go up on Amazon, man, and get it. Simple. And if you want me drop you a link in the chat room, just say you want me drop you a link and I'll drop you a link. You understand? And you just use that link to get it. If you really want to get it. See? Yeah, alright. If you really want to get it, you see there's a link in the description. Yeah, there's a link in the description. Name ijahstarsthemindset. Zin, ijahstarsthemindset. You can click on that link. Zin, it's a safe and certified Amazon link. You know, I'm an affiliate with Amazon, so you can use that link if you really want the Ethiopian Bible. When you go up on the ijahstarsthemindset, you are going to see, you go and see the Ethiopian Bible there. And a lot of other stuff. Zin? So you can check the link in the description. That is that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You see me I say? Both you are going to get the Amharic and the English. Both of them in the one compile thing. You understand? Yeah. So you can learn Amharic as you go. That's how the thing said. Have your Amharic dictionary and so on, you know? So you understand what you read, say. But yeah. His Majesty come and reveal to us. Look how much years when I read this thing. How much years? Even myself, you know. You think so may I exclude myself out that? Even myself, how years may I read this? May I go open up the phone line in the next 4 minutes, Zin? I go open up the phone line. Yeah, them we can reason. I open up the phone line. But His Majesty wasn't talking about this King James Version, my brothers and sisters. That is what we have to understand. Zin, never did I talk about the King James Version. When he talk about the Bible here, Zin, he talk about the Geese. He's talking about his ancient text. The Geese, he had to translate it into Amharic so the rest of Ethiopian could understand it. Not talk about a King James Version. See? So when you hear the man them as me did I say earlier, about King James Version, it's not by ignorant. It's not ignorant, the man them ignorant. It's King James lifestyle they were born in. Because his lifestyle was contrary to what he have as translation in the Bible. When you look at Leviticus, these are the things that the virgin them were born in. Zin, and you know, say, if you have a book, for you to have the full understanding of the book, You have to have the entirety of the book. You have to have the book within its entirety. You can't have piece of the book. And as far as I can understand, the King James Version is just piece of it we have. In terms of the Bible, in terms of having a Bible, the King James Version is just a piece of the book. It's not the full thing. And it's not something that I'm making up. Something that you can check for yourself. And that's something what me I make up. Me not make up nothing. His Majesty was speaking about the Geese version. The Geese, our Asian language. Our Asian language is Geese. Our Asian language is Geese. Anyway, we are opening up the phone line. You know, ones can link me upon the WhatsApp. Zane. And can call me on 07852923892. Zane. We are take call. We are take some calls and now, if we not get no call, you know, say by 3 o'clock we are make a move. See? Yeah, by 3 o'clock we are gonna make a move if we not get no call. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, where them guys have been hiding from us all along? What is it they've been hiding? Because it have to be something they're hiding. Have to be something them a hide, man. Have to be something them a hide. But give thanks to His Majesty. Give thanks to the Emperor. The Emperor said, what we have here in Ethiopia, it's too good for I not to share it with the rest of my countrymen and women. See? It's too good. His Majesty say, what His Majesty say? You think I joke? Because of this personal experience, the goodness of the Bible, I was resolved that all my countrymen should share it. Great blessing. And that by reading the Bible, they should find truth for themselves. See? They should find truth for themselves. And I have read it. And the truth that I really come up with is that these boys who canonize this King James Version corrupt the King James corrupt the version. Corrupt the version. And you see, if them never corrupt it back then, now, today, them corrupt that judgment ball, because a lot of things were used to be raw, water out. See, some judgment were used to lick. No judgment again. A ease up business. Zin, subtle. Let us all get along. God not terrible like how him used to terrible back in the days. God not terrible like how him used to terrible back in the days. In them version they what they have, you know. God is a water down God. God is a water down God. And it clear. Cause to the big fight a go on. Zin, and God would have fight for people them one at a time if that was the case. So it just show you say God water down. Zin, them water down God. Him not so rough, God not so rough and tough like before, where in Ezekiel him a show you say, yo, just wipe out babies, woman, all, young, everything, just wipe them out. Today we see in a big conflict, we hear say, a them said boy they over there, I go on with them something there. So you see say, God now fighting a battle for them again. If him did ever did. See? I guess it's probably not even the same people them anyway. It's not even the same people them. Because who is a Hebrew? Who is a Hebrew? I'm say we are take calls on 07852923892. Saying who is a Hebrew? Now, so far since me know myself, since me know myself, it's only one set of people them declare themselves to be Hebrew Israelites. One set. I don't know about no other. One set of people me see declare themselves as today. Nobody not denounce them and say boy them are not Hebrew. Israel is only black people. Is only black African people declare themselves to be Hebrew Israelite. No other people upon the face of the earth declare themselves as that. Me see the Hebrew Israelite virgin and sister in them upon the road corners, and them a preach, and them a do them recording. Zin, one set of people is only black African people, no other people. See? The people them who are fight and a war is the enemy of Christ. The people who are fight and a war is the enemy of Christ. The people them who are fight and a war are them kill Christ, are them say Christ fi hang upon the cross, you know. Seeing? Christ was a Hebrew. Moses was a Hebrew. And who sanctioned that Christ should hang on the cross? Who sanctioned that Christ should hang on the cross? Herod even did forget about Christ. That he was king of the Hebrews. Christ, king of the Hebrews. Herod even forgot about him. When the Pharisees and scribes who are fighting today bring Christ to the Romans, who the Romans are enemy of Christ. The Romans are enemy of Ethiopia. It's not something that I'm making up. It's there. And the people them who are fight bring Christ to the Romans. And the Romans say, we don't find no issue, no discrepancy with this brethren. As far as what him declare, we not have no issue with him. See? Yeah. But the King James Version reveals some things still. Those who claim to be of a certain ethnicity they are of the synagogue of Satan. So they are enemies of Christ. And them crucify Christ. So who is the real Jew? Who is the real Hebrew? Who is the real Israelites? Who is? All these things are coming from the Bible. See? And as far as we know, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I tell us that we have one of the oldest version. Yeah. We have one of the oldest version. See? So, who are the real Hebrew? And as far as I can see, is only the African them declare themselves to be the true Hebrew. No other has take up that on themselves. Just like no other man has claimed to be the Black Christ, but King Emmanuel VII, Adonai God, Jah, Rastafari, Charles Edward, Bongo Eddie, only man that have declared that. So, pay attention, African people, because them not going bamboozle out of our things anymore. See? Yeah, man, get the Ethiopian version, man. See what they are hiding. See? So when certain things start to happen, it doesn't become surprising. See? Yeah. See where them a hide. Because a lot of things them a hide. Where really I go come forward and you're going to feel like, say, boy, you're going to feel scared. You stay there. You're going to feel scared. But just check it, man. Check it. Check it for the eye themselves. You see me? Check it out for the eye themselves. 66 book is not the entire book. Zane, and His Majesty say, and what ijahstar say, and what His Majesty say. Zane, what His Majesty say? Him say, I cause a new translation to be made from our ancient language. So that means the entirety of the Holy Scriptures. The entirety of the Holy Scriptures. In the Ethiopian form, or the Ethiopian text, which is the Geese, which the preface of the King James tell us that's how them get it from. So King James version, really, if we're to be honest with ourselves, and it's not me when I be honest to, when I have to be honest to Uno King of Kings, Uno God, Uno say Israel King is Israel God. Zane, say if Uno say Emperor Haile Selassie and Uno God and King, and him say him cause a new translation from for him ancient language, then that means say 66 book. And balance. And me rest my case right there, sir. Anyone want to take that up, take it up with His Majesty. Mindset family. Honors and manners. Give thanks for the Hiden patient listening and rack up attention. Zin? Yeah. Give thanks. I saw it have to go, yeah. So I saw it have to go. It might sound weird, but I don't saw. It's not I. I just bring the facts them higher. What His Majesty say, and what I say. I mean, no one get upset with I. See, now what His Majesty say. The 66 really don't make it. See, because I never the 66 book His Majesty I read. Anyone want to challenge that free, because the thing is there. See? Well, anyway, give thanks again, honorable family. It's been a joy, it's been an honor, it's been a pleasure. Zin, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari, Empress Menenai, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. Bless and sanctify, sanctify and bless, my Lord and Empress. Time to rise. Time to open up your third eye. Full time you start to realize that all this time they've been telling us one bag of lies. Telling us a God in the sky that for you and I he die. Jenko Jesus or meek or mild. These things they taught us from we were a child. False indoctrinating the innocent minds. Mind control is the signs of the time. Android, cyborg, AI, all these things combined. All these things combined might sound like a rhyme, but the evidence reality is right before your eyes. Under no disguise, the age of Aquarius is the shifting of the time. Sun, moon, stars, the planet in the cosmos align. As the cosmos align, low vibration frequency decline. You strengthen your mind. Access to knowledge, information from the Almighty Creator Divine. Creator Divine. The time arise. I feel with time for rise. The time appointed, because I am anointed. The time arise. I feel with time for rise. The time appointed, because I am anointed.
Button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset. Smash that subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just start the mindset.